Think of all the important files on your Mac, your massive photo collections of your children growing up, that vacation you took a couple years ago, or that party you went to in your younger days. How about your important documents from work or school? Now think what would happen if all that disappeared in an instant. Maybe you lose your MacBook or it's stolen. Maybe something inside your computer fails, like its storage drive. Or one day you turn on your computer and nothing happens. In an instant, all those memories are gone and all that hard work has vanished. That's why it's so important to back up your computer, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. When backing up your computer, you're making another copy of your treasured information. It can be a full copy of your computer or just the important folders and files. Then, if something happens to your computer, you have another copy of your data to fall back on. Now there are a couple of places you can save another copy of your data. A local backup with an external drive and or an off-site backup with a cloud provider. First, let's look at the cloud provider option, which may be more expensive since it requires a subscription plan from a cloud service like Google Drive, iCloud Drive, Dropbox, or Microsoft OneDrive. The way this works, each of these cloud solutions has a desktop app. From their app, you can dictate which folders on your computer you want to sync. Anytime you save a file, delete a file, or edit a file in one of those folders, your changes are more or less immediately copied to that cloud service as long as you have an internet connection and are signed in. In addition, each of these cloud storage providers has an app for Mac, Windows, Android, iOS, and web access. With this, you can access your saved files on the cloud from any device. The cloud is also a good solution if you switch between multiple devices like a laptop, desktop, and phone. For instance, you have your iMac at home and a MacBook when you're on the go. You can start your document on your laptop, save it to the cloud, then once you get home, you can open up that file on your iMac and pick up right where you left off. It also does all of this while also serving as an off-site backup. So which service should you go with? Well, if you're in the Google ecosystem, then purchase some Google Drive storage. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, then get some iCloud Drive storage. And if you're in the Microsoft ecosystem, get OneDrive storage. But don't be too quick to jump on the OneDrive because you may already be paying for it. If you have a Microsoft 365 family or personal subscription, 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage is included with your plan in addition to the most up-to-date versions of Office. But it also depends on which provider you feel more comfortable with and you think will keep your data private and secure. If you want to learn more about these cloud solutions, check out the links below. Cloud services are good for saving your important folders and files and syncing them across your devices, but it still doesn't capture a full copy of your computer. For that, we will need an external drive and a time machine. Let's start by looking into external drives. You can get these from almost anywhere: Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and of course, Amazon. When browsing your options, there are 2 things to consider: its capacity and how it connects to your computer. My recommendation is to find a drive that's twice the capacity of your computer. If you don't know how much space is in your computer, click the Apple menu in the top left and select About This Mac. It should be the first option in the menu. In the About This Mac window, click the Storage tab, and your Mac's internal drive should be the first one listed. Under the icon is your drive's capacity. In my case, it's 500 gigs, so I would look for a 1 terabyte external drive. If your drive is less than 500 gigs, then get a 500 gig external drive, and if your internal drive is more than 500 gigs, then get a 2 terabyte external drive. The next thing to look for is how the drive will connect to your computer. Right now, most external drives come with a micro USB 3 to USB-A cable. That micro USB goes into the drive and the USB-A goes into your computer. That's a rectangular USB connector we've been using for years. However, if you're looking for an external drive for your newer Mac, chances are you need a USB Type-C connector, and there are 3 ways to get there. Option 1, just find an external drive that comes with a USB-C cable in the box. Option 2, Buy an additional micro USB 3.0 to USB-C cable to replace the one that comes in the box. Option 3, get a USB-A to USB-C adapter. Either one of these options should get you connected correctly. Now that you have an external drive, it's time to plug it into your Mac and configure the backup settings. So, open System Preferences and select Time Machine, Apple's built-in backup software. With your newly acquired external drive plugged into your Mac, click Select Backup Disk and choose your external drive from the list. Now it's time to wait as a full copy of your computer is copied to your now backup drive. While you're waiting for the backup to complete, you can enable Backup Automatically and show Time Machine in the menu bar. Now let's take a look at how Time Machine works. It all starts by creating a full copy of your machine. Then instead of continuing to make full backups, a snapshot of your changes is made every hour. Those hours are then condensed into days, days are condensed into weeks, and weeks are condensed into months. Then when the drive starts to fill up, older snapshots are deleted. So after your backup is complete, you can take a look at what it captured. So click on the Time Machine logo on the menu bar. From this menu, you can back up now, but what I want to show you is how to enter the Time Machine. Here you have a Finder window that you can use to navigate around your files. Then, using the timeline on the right side of the screen, you can jump between different snapshots or points in time. So let's look at how to bring documents back from the dead. Let's say you delete a file yesterday and now you need it. You can hop into the Time Machine, go back to yesterday, navigate to where that file was, select it, and choose Restore. Now that file has been brought back to life in the present day. Let's say you're setting up a new computer and you want to set it up exactly like the one it will be replacing. In this case, follow Apple's traditional wizard until asked if you would like to set it up as a new Mac or restored from a backup. If you choose a Restore from Time Machine backup, you can plug in your old external backup drive and watch as all your files are copied to your new machine. Then you will be up and running in no time. Now you have a local and offsite copy of your machine. In case something happens to your computer, you can fall back on your local backup. Or if something happens to your computer and your backup drive, you can fall back on your cloud backup, which is also syncing your files between your devices. And from this point forward, make sure the backup solutions are running regularly. A computer drive can fail at any time and you could lose everything. So be proactive and back up your data. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and put your questions in the comments below. Also check out the links in the description to learn more about these backup solutions. Lastly, I am excited to announce my Patreon page at appleguideweb.com/Patreon. Thank you so much for watching and for your support, and I will see you in the next one.